All programming subjects. Bash. 1. What can you program with Bash? Bash makes it easy to create and edit text files, including CSVs. And, since text files are one of the most common ways to store and process data, Bash is great for performing tasks like preparing and curating data, sorting and filtering through data. 2. Does Bash have classes? Creating classes in Bash is not possible, but since Bash 4.0, the language added associative arrays which can be used as an alternative way to store a structure of an object. Using this feature, one can keep track of objects by assigning them a unique ID as part of the key. 3. Is Bash faster than Python? Performance and execution time. Bash scripts tend to run faster than Python scripts because they do not require an interpreter to execute the code. Bash scripts are directly executed by the shell, which makes them faster than Python scripts that need to be interpreted by a Python interpreter. For what does Bash contain? Bash is a command processor that typically runs in a text window where the user types commands that cause actions. Bash can also read and execute commands from a file, called a shell script. 5. Is Bash a good skill? Bash scripting is an essential skill for any developer, system administrator, or power user who wants to automate repetitive tasks and make their workflow more efficient. 6. Should I learn Bash or Python? With Bash, you can learn ways to automate tasks through commands. However, learning Python will deepen your understanding of the programming fundamentals. That's why we recommend you go for both languages to be an expert programmer in Linux. 7. Is Bash needed for data science? Data scientists need a basic understanding of Bash and its commands. Often referred to as the terminal, console, or command line, Bash is a Unix shell that can help you navigate within your machine and perform certain tasks. 8. Is Bash language dead? Bash is already dead in the sense that it is not evolving. Nobody is adding new features to Bash. Other shells like ZSH and PowerShell are evolving and undergoing development, and they are both being used for more and more projects. But Bash is a core part of the Linux infrastructure and will be for decades. 9. Is Bash a compiler or interpreter? Bash is a single-pass interpreter, which means it reads one command at a time, interprets, and runs it then and there. The same thing is true with other types of shells: SH, KSH, ZSH, CSH, etc. 10. Is Bash a high-level language? Definition: Python is a high-level programming language designed to be easy to read and simple to implement, while Bash is an SH-compatible command language interpreter that executes commands read from the standard input or from a file. 11. Is Bash written in C? The Bourne-again shell, aka Bash, is a GNU re-implementation of the Bourne shell, with lots of nifty features pulled from CSH and other places. It's written in C. 12. Is Bash a GUI or CLI? In Microsoft Windows, you can use the command prompt and the PowerShell application as a command line interface. Linux and Unix-based operating systems have Bourne-again shell, Bash, as the default CLI. 13. How to write a Bash script? Step 1. Create a new plain text file. The first step is to create a new plain text file. Step 2. Specifying the interpreter. On the first line of our script, we must specify which interpreter we would like to use to parse our script. Step 3. Implement commands. 14. What type of program is Bash? Bash is a Unix shell and command language written by Brian Fox for the GNU project as a free software replacement for the Bourne shell. First released in 1989, it has been used as the default login shell for most Linux distributions. 15. Bash the same as C++? Bash is typically used for scripting system administration tasks by gluing together command line utility programs. One doesn't use it for writing GUI desktop applications, web apps, mobile apps, OS kernels, device drivers, numerical
برجاء
computing,
اضغطوا على زر
etc., like in
الاشتراك
C, C++,
والإعجاب
C#,
حتى
Java, and
نستطيع
so on.
الاستمرار في نشر الفيديوهات. مع الشكر الخالص لحضراتكم.